Ron Jones with the other big story you have been Facebooking us about: the videotaped death of a Barrow County man in police custody. The video is quite disturbing. It's footage from a handheld camera by Barrow County Sheriff's Office showing what happens prior to the death of 30-year-old Charlie Williams. It's January 27th. Williams is being moved from one facility to the Barrow County Detention Center. He was under arrest by Auburn police, facing battery and cruelty to children charges. The GBI says Williams became combative before making it into the jail. He fought with deputies for several moments, damaging the patrol car. And then one deputy yells,
"You're going to be tased if you don't cooperate. Tasing."
Williams is tased once, but continues to struggle out of the car as multiple deputies try to restrain him. Williams is heard yelling. The struggle continues for more than 6 minutes before going silent. Moments later, you can hear a deputy say they might need a medic and telling Williams to wake up. Around the 8-minute mark, a deputy says they start CPR before the video ends. Williams was later pronounced dead at the hospital. Let's rewind a bit and take you back to Charlie's neighborhood moments before police were called. This all started when he allegedly threatened his neighbors with a sledgehammer.
And I was comfortable. I knew that he was going to go to jail that night and either detox or whatever.
Tesla Dutton was a close friend of Charlie Williams. She says hours before his death, he was acting erratic and paranoid. She says Charlie became delusional and thought Tesla's neighbors' children were being attacked. But in reality, the children were just playing and running around.
In his mind, the children were being abused. They were up there hurting them kids. I need to go protect them kids. I got to go protect them kids.
Tesla says he grabbed a sledgehammer and ran to the neighbor's home and confronted the children's mom.
She just got her infant into the back seat, shut the seat. Well, when she shut the seat, Charlie just jerked her up and was trying to get the baby out of the seat.
The mom calls police, and then moments later, Charlie runs back to Tesla's house, threatening her entire family with the sledgehammer.
I got him to look at me, and I was like, "Charlie, listen."
8 months pregnant and scared, she got him to drop the hammer.
And when he looked at me in my eyes, I was like, "Look, my babies are in here. You want to save them babies, but we got babies right here, Charlie. My daughter's in that bedroom underneath that bed, and she's scared of you." He's like, "She's scared of me?" I was like, "Yeah, because that sledgehammer." As police arrived to arrest him, Tesla prays with Charlie. It would be the last time she'd see him alive. And I had just prayed with him. He was calm then, and he walked up there by himself, and he put his hands behind his back by himself. And he walked right up there to the police. I heard him, "Yes, sir, no, sir." He put his hands behind his back and he got in the car with no problem.
You know, we did speak with Charlie's mom tonight, and she says she's not rushing to judgment. She just wants to know, why did it take at least 2 minutes from the time her son collapsed and to the time he actually received CPR? We heard from the attorney tonight, the family's attorney tonight, and he went on to say, "I hope the law enforcement officers acted reasonably and according to established policy and procedure. I never want to see anyone die unnecessarily." So we're hearing from the family tonight.
And you know, Ron, a lot of those same types of questions on Facebook tonight as well. Sandra asking, why didn't they do CPR before the ambulance got there? Suzanne was wondering, why did it take 7 officers to restrain him? And Joan says she doesn't think it was tasing, but the weight of the officer's body in this case. That's why we brought in Vincent Champion, who has trained police officers, also the regional director of the International Brotherhood of Police Officers. Vincent, thanks for being here. I want you to go through this video with us, and I want to start here. 1 minute, 25 seconds in, we can hear the suspect screaming in the back of the car. He's trying to get the cuffs off. He's obviously agitated. Why would officers then try to get him out of the car if he's in such an agitated state?
It's a couple of reasons. One, we have to get this officer back on the street and in duty. They're going to have to get him out eventually. You don't want him in the confined area of the back of the patrol car, because if he's flailing around, there's things back there that could hurt him as he's going through.
He could be in danger.
Yes,
now,
sir.
Here the officer is going to say, listen, he's saying, I'm going to have to tase if you don't cooperate. If he's so agitated that they think they're going to have to tase him, again, why not just leave him in the car?
You've got to get him out of there eventually. Apparently, they've already been in there for a while. They brought other officers in just for that reason, to extract him from the car.
All right, now 2 minutes into this video is when they finally get him out of the vehicle, out of the police car. Explain to us what these officers are doing.
They pulled him out feet first. They were trying to attempt to roll him over to take his hands from the front of him to the back. When your hands are in front like that, it's still a weapon. It can be dangerous.
So they uncuff him now?
So they're going to try to attempt to uncuff him. That's what he's trying to do, is attempt to uncuff him. Then once they can get that ability, they're going to roll him over to try to get those hands behind him. And you'll see this hand come out as they're trying to, and that's what they're trying to do, is get those cuffs as he's fighting.
All right, I want to go ahead in the video now because this is a question that Suzanne had. Why did it take 7 officers to restrain this suspect?
Each of these officers have a job. Number 1 has an arm. Number 4 has an arm. 2 and 3 at this point are trying to control the roll and the pitch of the body. And 5, 6, and 7, or mainly 6 and 7, have the legs. And this officer is attempting to help in any way that need be.
All right, now, 3 of these officers appear to be on top of him. That was a concern of Joan. She thought it wasn't the taser necessarily, but maybe the weight of the officers that caused the death here.
Okay, in the training, we use the weight to keep the movement of the body. Again, this officer was more holding his left arm in this case, kind of straddling it. He's not actually on the body, he may be on the arm. With this officer holding an arm and these guys with the leg, this officer here with his left knee is attempting to keep his hip from rotating so that you don't pull anything or break anything there. This officer is on the torso, same thing, to keep it from rock and rolling too much to mess with the shoulders or injure the shoulders.
All right, now we go ahead to 5 minutes. And again, you can hear the officers here still telling him stop fighting. Isn't it obvious at this point that he's not going to listen to any directions?
Absolutely it is, but we still want to let him know what we're doing in case it does finally click in, whether he's on something, just mad, whatever, that we need him to do something. In this case, stop fighting.
Now, 6 minutes in is really, to me, the most important part of this video. That's where the suspect appears to go silent at this point. You can see this officer gets off of the suspect. What should they do at this point, once they see that he's not doing anything anymore?
At this point, you start assessing, asking him if there's a problem. As he's doing, he's trying to say, what's wrong? You know, are you okay? Talk to us. You know, he'll continue this all the way through. But then at this time, if he's not answering, check for vitals to see exactly, by the training that we have, we're enough to check the vitals.
And you're talking about vitals, we're talking about CPR. If we go ahead to 8 minutes and 30 seconds in, that's when they finally say, hey, we need a med unit. And Sandra's wondering, why not start CPR?
I'm sure their policy, I don't know their exact policies, but there should have been back at the initial, that would have probably been the time to be starting CPR in an earlier time.
All right. Vincent, appreciate your time tonight. Thanks so much.
Thank you.